Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about different Python editors, basically where to write Python coding. There are very different Python editors, so let's go through each one. So if you go to the official website of Python, python.org, you can simply download Python package as well as the original editor. But actually, the original editor is not so easy to use. For example, the editor does not help you highlight the Python syntax words, which will not help you easily detect the meaning of your coding. And another third party is called PyCharm. You can actually download the software for free from the PyCharm website. And compare with the original Python editor, this editor allows you to highlight syntax words, and that can help you to read the coding in an easier way. And a more popular one is called Anaconda. This one is available for both PC and Mac. You can simply go to Anaconda's official website and download the software, and then after you download it, you can just launch it, and then you can use the editor called Jupyter Notebook inside Anaconda to write your Python coding. And for some people, if their computer does not have advanced configurations, or their computer is really full and they don't want to download any third-party software, then I would recommend you to go to Google Colab and use an online cloud version of Jupyter Notebook. So you don't have to download any software on your local computer. You can use this online Python editor to do your coding, which is very convenient. So let's talk about Anaconda. To use Anaconda, you need to go to the official website. So let me here show you. If you go to Anaconda's official website, anaconda.com, and you're just gonna click on this button that says Get Started. So let's click on this one. And then you can see that here it says Download Anaconda Installers. Just click on the arrow here. And that directs you to this place. So if you're using Windows, like a PC user, you can select, I would suggest you to select 64-bit graphical installer, the first one. And the latest version of Python now is Python 3.8. If you are a Mac user, I would suggest you to download also the first one here. It's 64-bit graphical installer. And after you download the Anaconda and install it on your local computer, you can launch it. I'm using a PC here, so let me just show you what Anaconda looks like on PC. And Anaconda on Mac looks similar, if not exactly the same, but very similar. So here you can see that after I install Anaconda and I launch it, and here I have several different tools inside my Anaconda software, and this is the one that we want to use, called Jupyter Notebook. So if you click on the launch button here, and then you will be directed to this local host page, and basically these are the folders on your local computer. So for example, it depends on where you want to create your first Python coding file. Let's say if you want to use your desktop and create your very first Python file there, then you just select desktop, and under new here, click on the arrow and select Python 3, and then you just created a new Python file here on your desktop. You can just name it, for example, demo. And later, if you go to your desktop, this file will be there. So if you're using Jupyter Notebook to create a Python file, your extension of this file will be IPYNB. So that is Anaconda, which is available for both PC and Mac users. Another one I highly recommend is Google Colab. So like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to install anything on your local computer and you want to practice Python coding, you want to do Python I would suggest you to use this online version of Jupyter Notebook. You don't have to install anything there. It's very convenient and handy. So let me show you how to use Google Colab. So if you just type Google Colab in your browser, I'm using a Chrome here. So you can basically click on this one, Google Colab. It's colab.research.google.com. It's from Google. So let's click on this one. And to use Google Colab, you have to have a Gmail to log in. So this is the interface. And here you see the new notebook. Just click on this one to launch a new Python notebook. And you can see that this is the online version. This is a Google Colab, very similar to Jupyter Notebook. So a lot of people just give it a nickname, online version of Jupyter Notebook or online Jupyter Notebook. So if you compare the two, this is my local Jupyter Notebook interface. It looks very similar. And this is the online one from Google Colab. I don't need to install any software. I can just log in using my Gmail, and I can create my Python file here. So you can type your coding just inside the cell. So that's how you can use it. So hope you enjoy Python coding.